Discourse 13 through 15, Germain speaking. Invocation. A majestic presence, infinite creator of all there is, the great I am, visible and invisible, manifest and unmanifest. We rejoice in thy great and mighty presence, that thou hast made us aware of thy limitless power, thy infinite intelligence, thy eternal life, perpetual youth and beauty. We give praise and thanks that we have become so aware of thy great abundance that we feel it like a mighty river in our hands and use. Thou mighty endless source, thou ceaseless stream, thou hast made us aware that I am the mighty power of precipitation. We bow before thee in adoration and full acceptance of thy mighty presence and power. I am the presence, the perfect Christ activity in the minds of all humanity, causing it to sustain all personalities, causing them to turn with quick certainty to the source of their being, the perfect life manifest in all outer expression. I am the presence proclaiming the conscious, active divinity in manifestation everywhere. This shall be, for I am the supreme conquering presence. I am here and I am there. I go everywhere, touching the brains of mankind as with a streak of lightning, not with consuming power, but with the I am presence that will no longer be denied. Thou mighty conquering presence, the majesty of I am everywhere. We give forth our gratitude to thee for thy mighty presence everywhere. That all-pervading energy and power ever stands at the door of our consciousness for use, that we may consciously direct it to manifest thy wondrous perfection. Discourse. Beloved ones, I command the power in these words today to carry to everyone who hears them or reads them the true conviction and understanding back of them. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the energy used in every action. I am the light illumining every cell of this body temple. I am the intelligence and wisdom directing every effort. I am the substance omnipresent to be used when I bring anything into form without any limit. I am thy strength, thy perfect understanding, and thy ability to apply it constantly. I am the truth that gives perfect freedom now. I am the open doorway into the light of God that never fails. I am the quickening of the cells of this brain structure, causing it to expand and receive the intelligent direction of the mighty inner presence. I am thy sight that sees all things visible and invisible. I am thy hearing, listening to the bells of freedom, which I hear now. I am thy ability, sensing the most ravishing fragrance at will. I am the full understanding, power, and use of all this perfection. I am the full revelation and use of all the powers of my being. God, I am. I am divine love, the mighty motive power back of all action. One cannot long use the statement I am, even intellectually, before he begins to feel a deeper and deeper conviction that I am all things. Think often what these two marvelous words mean, and always couple these two words with the statement that When I say I am, I have set in motion the limitless power of God in whatever I couple the expression with. Let me hold you in my strong embrace that where there have been so long two, there will only be one I am. I am the knower, the doer, the perfection expressed now. Each student must understand that his only concern is the harmonizing, quickening expansion of his own mind and world. The sooner students understand that the one imperative demand of the great law of their universal being is harmony of the mind and feelings, the quicker perfection will manifest. Without this being maintained, they cannot go beyond a certain state of progress. As soon as the student realizes this and begins to use the I am presence commanding the harmony and silence of the outer activity, they will find that they can see, feel, and be the perfection which they so much desire. Here's one criterion by which a student may gauge himself at all times, determining which is the power acting. If one feels critical, inquisitive, or out of harmony toward a person, place, condition, or thing, it is a sure signal that the outer self is acting, and the right attitude is to correct it immediately. Everyone, especially students, must realize that they have only one thing to do, and that is to see, feel, and be perfection in their own worlds. Beloved ones, let me say in all kindness, there is no use to just seek to have a problem solved, because where one was, a dozen may appear. But when you know the perfect solution is to enter into the I am presence, knowing it is the unquestionable solver of every problem, you will, as surely as I am telling you, cause all problems to disappear. For where you live constantly, calmly, and with sufficient determination in the I am presence, instead of having many appear, you will have entered into the state where there are none, as all will be solved. You must know that you have the power through the I am presence to consciously qualify your thought in whatever way you will. This is not to say what you shall do, for you have free will, but if you would be conscious of every thought that passed through your mind for 6 weeks perhaps, and keep it qualified with perfection, you would see the most amazing results. Say often, I am the master within, directing and expressing all thought processes in full Christ perfection as I wish them to be. I urge you earnestly, do not give any consideration to the element of time. Manifestation must come instantly when you give the I am presence enough freedom. Go on, apply, know, and let the I am presence take care of the element of time. When you make a declaration of truth and stick to it, you must receive. The outer has no power of itself at all. Its duty is simply to know that the I am presence is acting. Sometimes, without being aware of it, the outer self is looking for the time of manifestation. I can convey to you the conviction and the feeling that when you command as the I am presence, Almighty God moves into action. Remember at all times that when you are dealing with personalities, you are dealing with the outer human creation, one manifest from a mistaken identity, and you have all power and right to command its silence and obedience, whether it is within your own outer self or someone else's. If you will count to 10 before you speak, you can control all sudden impulse. Back of this is a mighty law which can help the student immensely. The power of self-control would say, only God's perfection goes forth. This will handle any condition of uncontrolled impulses with which the individual is contending. The easy way to see and feel perfection is to qualify every thought and feeling going forth with perfection. When an impulse comes to do anything, instantly qualify it with perfection. When there is a condition in another that you wish to help, use the following: I am the perfect manifestation there. Form the habit of constantly qualifying your world with perfection. Begone the old habit of thinking imperfection has filled your world. The important thing now is to be self-conscious that you are filling your new world with perfection at all time. Stand on your feet first thing in the morning and say with feeling, I am the presence filling my world with perfection this day. I qualify everything in my world this day with perfection because I am perfection. I qualify this mind and body with absolute perfection and refuse acceptance of anything else. I am the miracle, and I am the presence compelling its perfect manifestation through divine love, wisdom, and power. There comes a time with everyone when he must stand up and face himself, his outer creation. Then say this: whatever there is of imperfection left in me has to get out. Your constructive desire is God in action doing the thing. Your desire holds the power and the energy of the I am through the attention on the thing you desire to do. I am the full revelation and the perfect application for precipitating what I desire, and I do know what is the perfect thing to do in the outer self while precipitating. Say often, I am the precipitating presence of this thing. To maintain a tranquil, sweet disposition in the face of all things is the certain road to self-control and absolute mastery. I see among the students those whose attention is held with determination upon the I am presence, how the student becomes a powerful magnet for the light, and how it rushes to envelop each one as a loving mother enfolds her child. The time is apropos today, and I send forth to everyone a conscious ball of light enveloping the heart and brain of each one, that they may receive more continuously the conscious blessing of the mighty I am presence. To those blessed ones who find disturbance in the home at times, I would suggest that they use this statement and feel it deeply. I am the conquering presence commanding peace, love, and harmony in my home and environment. To build this into the consciousness is recognizing the I am presence as the ruling power in their homes, for it is naturally the ruling presence. I am the commanding presence forever maintaining harmony in my home and environment. When one first feels the least disturbance in the body, quickly take the consciousness, I am the commanding presence, and I maintain my consciousness here. One must realize that in the command of the I am presence, he has absolute reign of the body. The more anyone uses this, the more quickly does manifestation take place. With the use of the I am presence, you have full command and limitless control over all disturbing conditions in the body. If the great central sun is the heart center of the infinite, where is that which is the brain center? In the pure state, whether in the infinite or the finite, when there is no imperfection, the brain and heart activity become one. For the motive power of all activities sent forth is love from the heart. Therefore, in the pure state, the heart and brain are synonymous. For within divine love is contained love, wisdom, and power. The eternal energy always present, awaiting use, but the eternal energy is always present, awaiting use, but does not act in the life of an individual except under conscious command. There's absolutely but one road to self-conscious mastery, and that is the conscious direction of the eternal energy into whatever you desire. This brings us to another quite vital point. Desire is an indirect action of the attention, but desire sustained by the determined use of the attention causes the desire to become an invincible manifestation. This will give you a slight idea of how important it is that conscious direction be coupled with the desire. Conscious use of the I Am presence, or the consciously directed use of this eternal energy to a given accomplishment, should at no time be anything but a most joyous exercise. It should never seem like work or tension in any way. Calmly declare, I am the presence, the intelligence directing this eternal energy to a given purpose. Out of the glorious fullness of God's omnipresent light and substance comes the fullness of all things. The student who is strong enough, firm enough to stand alone with his or her mighty I Am presence, never dividing for a single hour the presence and power of God within, he will find himself steadily rising into that mighty perfection, forever free from all sense or recognition of any limitation. The student is fortunate indeed who can hold himself or herself within this mighty presence, undivided. The unconquerable, all-pervading I Am presence is the only and all life of our being to which our attention needs to be drawn and held there with a firm grasp. In the I Am presence there is no height the student may not reach. Stand within your own mighty I Am presence, and let not your attention be drawn or divided by any outer thing if you wish to avoid the wheel of birth and rebirth indefinitely. Avoid everything that savors of a negative expression or condition. Then you shall rise on the wings of your mighty I Am presence into the everlasting freedom and blessing of the perfect, eternal, limitless light. I have seen within you that glorious light that can be quickened into a dazzling radiance, enabling you to express perfection. I assure you, dear ones, you have reached a point where you must go up or down. With your determined attention and acknowledgement constantly held on the mighty I Am presence, there is no condition, force, or presence on earth or heaven that can prevent your wondrous, glorious attainment into everlasting freedom and perfection. I declare with all the love of my being that I Am is the presence enabling you to see and feel this truth and stand by and within it for the sake of your own wondrous progress. Those who will hold steadfast enough to that mighty presence will find abundant proof coming into their experience of its limitless power and intelligence. Beloved students, stand unyielding to the pull of outer appearance. Truth is mighty and does prevail. May you feel its majestic presence at all times. The attention must always be on the I Am only. Jesus said, you cannot serve two masters. This means that you cannot divide the attention. You must stop, look, and listen. I tell you, you cannot make steady progress if you give power to anything but your I Am presence. To anything you do not wish to continue, say, through the presence that I am, this thing shall cease now and forever. Go after it like you were going to knock over a wall. When you really feel and mean a thing, you let loose the power that does the thing. Try to realize the limitless power at your command. When things are done consciously, they have much more power. When the energy is released, it acts because the individual has set it into motion. Anything that gets your attention is a subtle activity of the outer to pull you away from your freedom. Rejoice that it is the mighty power of the I Am Presence acting, giving its strength and power to you. God does not act except through the consciousness of individuals, else he would not have them here. God can only act in the physical world through his individualizations. And even all nature is directed by individual intelligence, the ground, the plants, and all. There is omnipresent all the force and energy needed for any given purpose when loosened by the I Am Presence. Thus, through the use of the I Am Presence, you can release power of which you have no concept. There is only one power that acts. Give it full freedom. Stand with it. Let it act. Stand in it and by it. There is no other power to act. There is no permanent dominion except in this way. The more you consciously act upon a thing, the more concentrated it becomes. Command the outer memory to retain and bring into the outer consciousness everything you desire to know. The I am the remembrance of this activity. I am the knowledge of this thing I desire to know. When you use the I Am Presence, you have set the law into action, and it cannot fail. Whenever commanding, say, I know I am the presence is acting. I know the I Am Presence is acting with full power. Know what the I Am means. Know what it is to you. Know what it can do. Get this and hold fast with unyielding determination. Benediction. Out of thy pure essence we receive now and forever thy strength, thy wisdom, thy understanding, application of thy great and marvelous laws, that each may produce and maintain thy perfection in our life, mind, body, home, and in our world. We command thee for thy infinite outpouring, great I Am Presence. We give forth our gratitude to thee that at last we know that within thee are all possibilities. We give praise and thanks that thy mighty presence is always the directing intelligence, the love enfolding, the light illumining everything on the way.